Right, so I'm at the end of a wonderful weekend conference here in Heidelberg in Germany, and it's been absolutely fantastic. I have Doris the Brompton. I was up at the castle at the Schloss on, what is today? Saturday, so I was there on Thursday. And the place where I stayed is, I don't know if you can see that with the GoPro, it's over there, but I'll insert a photograph as well just so that it's clear. But it's been an absolutely wonderful weekend with my colleagues Torsten Meyreis from Berlin, to whom I'm going in a week or so, and Torsten Moos here from the University of Heidelberg at a conference on religion, nationalism and social welfare. So it's been a really, really exciting 2 days of conferencing. Good. So what have I been doing here? Well, I came to speak at the conference. I was invited to bring a South African perspective on the intersections of religion, political populism and even religious populism and the provision of social welfare. Now, South Africa has a rather unique case in the sense that 46% of our population receives some kind of social grant, and only 12% of the population are tax-paying. So, you know, in a general sense, that means that we actually have quite a just welfare provision in the country, although of course the amounts that are given to people are really not sufficient for them to subsist or survive. But there is also another critique, and that critique is that for many people what they're longing for is not just the means to subsist, to remain in poverty, but also to be able to work, to be able to find the means to provide for themselves and for their families. So the dignity of work. In some of the literature that I read, you can sense a measure of disappointment and resentment amongst people who are trapped in a poverty trap, unable to find work, reliant on the state for social welfare. And of course, state policies can change dependent on how much money is available, what political dispensation exists. So it's not a sustainable way to make a living. Now, the conference was called The Limits of Neighborly Love, and there were perspectives from Poland and Czechia and from Germany, from the United Kingdom, where else? From Hungary, and then of course from South Africa. So very interesting to see, and from Sweden, to see how things are working out, particularly with migration here in Europe, and the different ways in which migrants have been treated. For example, Ukrainian refugees, in relation to Syrian or African migrants, and the different standards of welfare provision which are offered for different kinds of people. So in part what I tried to do was to thicken out theologically what we mean by this notion of justice, to reflect on that in terms of what we believe the sources of our faith, Christian faith, offer us, what the expectation is of Christians and the church, and how we should develop and engage in activism, but also in prophetic policy development in our nations, and to be cautious of giving ourselves over to powerful or wealthy actors, such as the state or other forms of social provision in our context. So I always remember the way in which Denise Ackerman described it by saying, the church should always be engaged but never embedded in either economic or political powers. So yeah, I'd love to hear your perspectives. I'm going to take Doris here and head to the station. It's about a 3-kilometer ride, and then I've got a couple of trains to catch to get back home to Bamberg this evening, where I've got another week there with some lectures and seminars and things to look forward to before I move to Berlin. So thanks for watching. I'd love to hear from you, your perspectives. I apologize if there's been a bit of wind noise here on the bridge. I'd love to hear your perspective, and thanks for watching. You can leave your comments in the show notes here on YouTube, or get hold of me on Twitter at Digital Dion, or on my Instagram at Dion, Digital Dion, or dionfoster.com. So thanks for watching.